Happy show day to you, Canterbury. It is Friday the 13th of November. I'm Andrea Allen and thank you so much for joining us today. Well, I did say I was heading along to Lenoir and we did last night at the Isaac Theatre Royal. If you're having any hesitation, you better remove it from your thinking because it is incredible. I encourage you and your family to head along. It was just incredible, breathtaking and all of the above. Now tickets are still available at ticketek.co.nz. You can pop along to the Isaac Theatre Royal if you'd like to, but it is truly sensational, a wonderful evening. Anyway, that's enough gushing, isn't it? This day in history, can you hear this music? The Yellow Submarine. 1968, the Beatles' Yellow Submarine film premieres in New York. Now, there was a lot of public speculation that there was a hidden drug culture subtext. Apparently, the title referred to yellow Neanderthal Devon capsules, which since they were depressants or downers, were called submarines. A little bit of trivia. And if we think back to the time when the Beatles, around this time, yeah, they did have a few happy pills, didn't they? But apparently McCartney denies any connection at all. Anyway, moving right along. Ronald Reagan, yes, on this day, 1979, he announced that he would run to be US president. And of course, he was an actor, then became a governor. During his time, though, he negotiated nuclear arms reduction, which was very cool indeed. He did survive assassination. 1981, there was an attempt on his life. He died at a really awesome age, 93, but he did battle Alzheimer's, poor soul. And last but not least, on this day, Miss World resigns for a 52-year-old boyfriend. Well, that was the headlines anyway. Gabriela Brum, 18 of West Germany, crowned 30th Miss World. She resigns the next day because she wants to marry her 52-year-old boyfriend. But apparently the real truth was there was a few nudie pics that were out there, and that probably led her into be the cover of Playboy. Nice. Rightio, giveaways. Movies, maybe some of you like to head along this weekend. Hoyt's movie tickets, we've got some of those. And a couple of books. We've still got a couple of days left. We will be announcing winners next week. Mike Bullen's book, Trust. And Tricky 22 by Janet Ivankovich. And the wonderful painting from Ara Mitchell-Kirk for November. It's a bit lovely, isn't it? These could all be yours by simply calling through on 379 7100. Marianne has a day off today. I bet she's headed along to the show, knowing her, having a Pims or two. Hey, Marianne. But you can leave a message for her and she will clear it on Monday, or head to our web page, ctv.co.nz, and go to competitions. Rightio. On today's show, the beautiful Bonita Danger Doll entertains us. She flies us to the moon. I catch up with a gem specialist that was visiting from New York. And may I say, it was quite a pretty penny and well above my budget, but I did get to put a little couple of pieces on. Didn't get to keep any though. Bummer. We meet a local craftsman for furniture, yes, and he's very local, out of Amberley. Some gorgeous pieces here. But first up, do you have potential Beckham in your household, or maybe a Ronaldo, Cristiano? Or maybe they just love football? Then we're very sport here in Canterbury. We have the Christchurch Football Academy, and you can head along with your family. You don't have to bend it like Beckham. No, you can just bend it like you. Enjoy.
You can just come here to learn, here to have some fun, come here to do anything. It's a really nice place.
The coaches are really good. They push us to the limit.
They teach you lots and lots of skills that I didn't know, and now I know how to do them easily.
It's such a good surface. The turf is amazing. I really like the environment and the community that come here.
Christchurch Football Academy is like one of the best places in Christchurch or in the world. I love it that any kid, any age, adults, they can all come and train. They can use the fields. They can like enjoy the space. Like you'll never see anything like this in New Zealand.
3,
I myself think that like football fans like who love Barcelona and stuff should come here because coaches teach you anything like Barcelona stuff, skills, anything.
I'd really like to be a professional footballer because you'd have a lot of fun training with all your teammates and it'd be amazing to be a professional footballer. It's a really nice place to play football because of everything that they do and all the effort they put into teaching you how to play.
Just come along, see how it's like, and then you can get yourself in for the terms. The goals, the different sizes, we've got every age group, under 6, under 8, under 9, under 10, under 11, and we're going to keep going. It's really amazing how someone made this and everyone enjoys it here.
That's right. So send along your Beckham or your Ronaldo there, and they don't even have to. They can just love football. Christchurch Football Academy. You can sign up now. cfa.org.nz is their website. Really simple. And you see the kit they've got there? It is very cool indeed that they'll actually screen print it on the same day. So you don't have to wait. They'll do it all for you there. It's awesome. Righto, after the break, as promised, Bonita Danger Doll flies us to the moon and we meet a visiting New York gem merchant. And yes, I get to put on a couple of pieces. But well out of my price range. See you soon. Well, I feel a very, very special girl today. I'm joined by a very handsome man, Rodney Romani. Welcome to Christchurch. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Oh, I'm just absolutely overwhelmed by the beauty that is in front of me now. Brilliant stars, an incredible company, 80 years young.
Very, very proud. I run a family business that was started almost exactly 80 years ago by my grandfather. Very passionate about what I do, very proud to have a company that's that old.
And it's wonderful, and you're third generation, and now you've come to Christchurch with some of your jewels. Let's talk about Brilliant Stars, because you are just that step above a piece of jewellery. It's a piece of art.
Absolutely. We've been able to carve a niche for ourselves over the years to try to reach out for that incredible person who's a collector, someone who values, who's interested in an investment, in an heirloom piece. And what we present them are one-of-a-kind pieces. And the reason they come to us is that we remain one of the few families in the whole world that actually go to mining sites around the world. So we buy each single one of these gemstones when they are rough. We cut them ourselves and then fabricate them into finished handmade pieces of jewelry, all under the same family's umbrella. So that's quite unique.
It is unique, and I'm very lucky because I'm wearing a couple of pieces now. Could you tell us about the one I'm wearing around my neck? It's
Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
I was just mentioning to you before the interview that you are the first lady to put this on. This is one of our newest pieces, something that I put my heart and soul into it. There are over 1,000 Sri Lankan blue sapphires that are on this beautiful necklace in a tassel design. This concept, the concept of a tassel with all this powerful color around it, is something that we've been involved with for several years, and we have a large following of international clientele that like this kind of design.
I feel very special indeed.
Natural sapphires. I coordinated with a what is called a bangle bracelet, a hard bracelet from our Alexandra collection with milligree filigrane, a lot of old world throwbacks of things that are antique masterpieces from ages ago, and it coordinates perfectly with this necklace. To
you're passionate. Your family is passionate about these beautiful gems that you have. Who is your client? Who comes to Brilliant Stars?
You would be surprised. I've created $3,000 engagement rings for people who've struggled very, very hard to put that money together. We do get once in a while this kind of clientele, and I put my heart and soul into it. And we've learned over 80 years that these are the same clients who are going to eventually buy your $1 million piece once they have that kind of money. But normally the average clientele we have is someone who has a significant collection of jewels already. They come to us because all the categories are already covered and they want something that they don't have. What does a man buy or what does a woman buy for herself when she has everything? That is a typical clientele of ours. We have this concept of and this challenge of being able to put a piece in front of them to wow them, to say, wow, I have everything already. I've never seen anything like this. That's when we know we can make a sale and we can make our clientele very happy.
What is the driving force for you and your team then, Ronald? What is it that, Rodney, that brings you to each day to go to work? What drives you?
We are very blessed to be in an industry that's very honorable. We are very blessed to be in a family business that has an impeccable reputation. We have clients over 250 retail stores, shops that we work with. I was just counting in over 20 different countries. So that's something that's very difficult to achieve. What we love is the fact that there is a story and there is happiness behind each of our pieces. Maybe it's not the best thing to say on camera, but I always joke around that you never bring a jewel to a funeral. It's always a wonderful, happy occasion. What could I ask more of in life than to be in such an incredible business where it's all surrounded by memories, happiness, things that are passed down generation to generation. There's no feeling in the world when someone comes to my showrooms in New York and says, my grandmother bought this from your grandfather many years ago, and I would like it adjusted or I would like it resized. And we get clientele like that.
I love it. I couldn't have said it better. It's been an absolute joy to be here. You are a jewel, and we're so lucky in Canterbury that you have graced us with your time.
It is my honor and pleasure.
Thank you, Rodney. You could not have met more of a gentleman. Rodney was absolutely gorgeous, and that was shot at the George Hotel. I tell you what, if you're looking for anywhere for a special occasion, the George Hotel, the service was incredible, quite amazing. To contact Brilliant Stars to see any of those pieces, you can contact Rodney through info@brilliantstars.com. Amazing, amazing time. Rightio, as promised, Benita Danger-Doll, she is flying us to the moon.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, you.
Oh, she is just class through and through. That's Bonita Danger, and just quietly I could see her wearing a couple of pieces from Brilliant Stars. Rightio, stay with us after the break. Incredible man. So lucky to have him here. Rick Rubens with his incredible furniture. They are pieces of art. See you soon.
Und du, mein Schatz, bleibst hier.
Ooh, let me be your rocking chair. Just rock me away from here.
I don't know if you'll find a rocking chair with Rick Rubens, potentially. It could be a next project for you, Rick.
Possibly, yes.
Hey, welcome to Canterbury Live, and we're so spoilt because I think we're looking at the set now. Look at the beauties that are here. I mean, we'll get some detail in a moment. We've got some great images, though. Rick, you are out in Amberley.
That's right, yes. Yeah, I am. Well, thanks very much for having me here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
It's great to be here. Yeah, I'm out in Amberley, just in Leithfield Village. And, yeah, live and work from home. It's great. 20 metres to work in the morning.
No excuses for running late.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
You've got a great website, rickrubens.co.nz, and on there, I say great because a lot of people do not get it right, but it's a wonderful little tempter taster of what you actually produce. Where did it all start, though? Because your pieces are unique. That's the difference, aren't they?
They
Isn't
are,
that right?
yeah, they're completely unique. They're one-offs. I avoid copying anything I've seen. I might take inspiration from someone else's work, but I'll never, you know, use one whole idea just for a piece. So, yeah, I try and make them as individual as they possibly can be.
Well, we've got some images, and I'd love to put them up there so people can actually really embrace, especially when they're such a beauties to behold. Have a look at those now. Great. So this one here is obviously a dining table, is it, or?
That is, yes, there is a dining table. That's essentially, it's an old angle iron bed. Had the springs in between them, so they're all removed, and all the paint stripped off it to get it back to its original steel finish.
Well, there's a bit of a topic at dinner table, isn't it, really?
It is,
It used to be
yes.
an old bed, if it could
That's
talk.
right, yeah.
Next up.
Okay, so we've got an old mahogany dressing table. Originally that was a 4-drawer piece, so I've removed one of the drawers to get the balance of it right. Although the retro look is very much in at the moment, some of the balance of the older stuff may not be right. There might be too many drawers, so I've removed the drawer
it's a tricky
there.
thing, the retro thing, isn't it, really? Yeah.
It is. And then there's new legs on that bit and a new top.
Now look at this.
Now everybody loves these. It's a multi-drawer look. They're actually faux drawers, those. They're full-size. They're full-size drawers.
So that 3 times.
Yeah.
Right, so it's an illusion that are all little drawers, but they're full drawers. Well, that's very
full-size.
handy.
More useful.
Yeah, more useful,
than
completely.
lots of tiny little drawers. And that's a piece of wall art. That's actually made of mostly new materials there, whereas a lot of my other work is using reclaimed materials. But that's literally just a big statement piece to go on the wall.
I like that word you just used, reclaimed, not recycled, reclaimed.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
This is one of those pieces that'll be a wow factor. Walking into a room and seeing this is quite special.
Yes, it certainly is a centrepiece, and it really does make a statement.
Yeah.
Originally an Art Deco sideboard, significantly changed and completely rebuilt.
Okay, we might just pop through some images a bit quicker. This is the gate to your business or home?
No, this is on the to my spa area.
Your
home.
spa area.
My spa area. It's 80% recycled, reclaimed materials, and I did it for a budget of $2,000, which includes everything.
Well, you're cheap labour, I suppose.
Yes,
Wow.
it was cheap.
This looks like it's in a resort.
That's the
That's not
idea.
bad. I know,
That's
but
the idea.
how could you not spend hours and hours out there, do you?
We do. I spent hours and hours doing it.
So you've got to love it. That is
But
incredible.
no, it's lovely
and
to
the
go out there.
lighting that, Rick, though, you've got the lighting to really showcase the art at night time.
Yeah, well, it's
what
great.
a great idea.
It's great these days. I mean, the lighting that's available relatively cheaply is fantastic.
Got in the pool. This is a little bit special, though. Can you tell us the story behind this one?
Well, it's a little bit abstract. These old radios, they've got very little use these days. You know, you look at them and think, oh, aren't they smart? But nobody really wants them in their home unless they've got a lot of space. So
Yeah.
I thought, what could I do with that? So I've flattened it, and as you can see, there's a huge boot imprint of the giant that trod on it and flattened it out.
So it is a wall art piece?
It is, yes, solely.
Solely, okay. Right, I've come back to us now. In the studio, we've got an incredible, that I've actually got my eye on just quietly, this coffee table. Bit of a Game of Thrones here.
It does look a bit like that, yes. I mean, I was actually doing this sort of medieval, sort of middle-age type thing before Game of Thrones, but it just links in quite nicely with it.
It does, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, so there's two parts. The top is brand new. Everything on the top is new, but the oak legs actually come from an old 60s table, probably a little bit earlier than that.
Isn't that neat?
But aren't they back in fashion?
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hey, to view any of your art though, is it by appointment only, or can we just turn up, or how does it work, Rick?
All my work is in the ID Gallery, and the ID Gallery is at Waikuku in the Brick Mill Centre there, right next to the cafe. A lot of people know the cafe, but they don't all know the gallery.
Yeah,
but it's there.
And it's a big space, isn't it, that you've got there? So it's great.
Yeah, it's good.
It's awesome. But as I said before, the website is really good as well. brickrubens.co.nz actually. Yeah, it is a proper working website. And do you putting on the spot, do you do commission works?
I do some commission works, but I like to vet the customers.
Yeah, good on you. Hey Rick, thank you so much for all the effort coming in here. Make sure you contact this chap if you're looking for that one awesome piece, or two or three, see Rick. Rightio, thank you so much for joining me. Remember, tomorrow is the Riccarton Races. Yes, if you're going along, enjoy your day. Embrace Canterbury and all things Canterbury. And today, enjoy the show if you're heading along. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll do it all again on Monday.